Good morning, good morning. You're live, huh?
Live, okay.
Yeah.
No, you see this one the Kelvin 2. Mommy, he just joined Kelvin Tong only 2-3 months ago. Huh?
You can see me?
Hmm?
Can they see me?
I blocked.
Can they hear me?
Somehow it will be a false breakout. It will be a like 那个 indicator 还没有 support. So to me, 我
Okay. All right. So good morning. Good morning, everyone. So today is our second round that we are conducting this conversation with Katie. And today we have got Kenny as well as Calvin too with us today. Okay, so I'm gonna start very soon. Okay, I'm just waiting for more of us to come in. So if you are already tuned in, do show some enthusiasm by inviting more of your KTD good buddies and friends to join us this morning, because I think there's going to be a lot of new takeaways for you, because I'm very sure that every one of us, we are different, and because we are different, we will also have different strategies and different mindset and thinking and how we run our business. So I'm very sure that every one of us will be able to learn from all these different top producers on a monthly basis. So if you didn't know what this conversation with Katie is all about, it's basically on a monthly basis, I will be inviting 2 top producers who are definitely a platinum achiever in that month, so that they can actually share with you a little bit more of how they have actually achieved this dream of earning more than 100,000 in a singular month. I think everyone definitely wishes to do that. And that's also one of our KTD culture, right? So the question here is that, is it really so easy to achieve, or is it really so difficult, like what most of us think that, hey, is it really possible or not? Even though we have seen many of our top producers have achieved it, but the question is that the moment when we ask ourselves whether, hey, can I be like them or not? Am I the same as them or not? Do I think the same way as them or not? Do I work the same way as them or not? So then that's where you will discover. You discover from these individuals, right? And they will share with you wholeheartedly how they do it. Then maybe that will trigger you to realize that actually you and them are the same. Then that's where your inspiration is derived from. And then eventually you probably will work a little harder. And sometimes it's not that you cannot, it's just that you didn't try hard enough. Why I say that? Because most of us, we always have this fear. We always worried, don't know whether I do this way, is it the best way or not, and so forth. But maybe hearing from these people may give you some inspiration and ideas and creativity to see how you can rework your business model to improve on it. Then you might be able to get a better result from it. Okay. All right, so now we have about 18 participants. I'm sure we can do better than that. So maybe while we are waiting for all of them to come in, would you also like to put inside the group chat and share with the fellow teammates that this is actually going on live now, and we are going to start very, very soon. Okay. Once I see the number rising, maybe we'll hit about 40 packs, we will run the show.
Hi, Kelvin.
Hello, hi. Yes. Oh, can you access from the basement instead? Because basement usually there'll be people walking in and out of the place. Yes, to the building itself, yeah. Because more people walk in and out. Because now I'm on Facebook Live, so I cannot talk to you. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Okay, so right now, what's the numbers? We have 24 packs. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the questions. I think we we can start very soon. Okay, so let's introduce our two speakers for today. So we have got Kenny Lee, right? Okay, so Kenny, how long have you been in the industry?
Okay, so this year will be my 9th year.
Mm,
Yeah, 9th year. Yeah. So I
9th year.
started, I got actually my license in 2011, but it was only
Ah.
about beginning of 2013, then I start to go turn full time.
Right,
Yeah. So this should conclude me as maybe by 8 going the 9th year.
I see.
Yeah.
So that means to say you have been an agent even before I met you.
I actually got my license, but I wasn't practicing. I was still employed at that point of time. Yeah.
Right.
So I small little snippet. I actually got a license because I was very interested in real estate. I never
Okay.
thought of joining as an agent. Yeah. So I
Ah.
thought, okay, maybe I can save a little bit on commission if I were to buy and then to subsequently rent out my own place. So it
Mm,
was only, I think, coming towards 2013, I decided I want to spend a bit more time with my kids, my family,
mm,
right? And probably I want to try, taking the rougher route, not as an employee. So
mm,
that was where one thing leads to another. Then I turned full time. Yeah,
mm.
right.
Right.
Mm.
Actually, most of you probably do not know. I know Kenny because I was doing a birthday party for my son, and then this fellow was actually doing slot car race, slot car race events. Okay, so that's how we met. And then at that point of time, I found him being a very entrepreneur kind of individual. He got a lot of crazy ideas, very creative and all that. And one thing about him is that I think people don't change. Okay, when you are that kind of character, you probably will maintain that way in whichever business that you run. So one thing about him is that he's very committed and he's very detailed and he's very he follows the schedule and he makes sure that there's no cock up one. So he will make sure that beforehand, before the event, after the event, he has everything planned out and he has got contingency plan in case plan A fail, got plan B. So these are all the things that actually dictate how he runs his business. And I'm very sure that today when he runs his business in real estate, it's also the same way. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much so.
Yeah,
Yes.
because after knowing you for so many years, and I look back, I think that actually it's really the same, because you are before you go and meet a very big client, you will always call me and you always ask me whether should you like this, like that, and then what if this one fail, then is there any backup plan and that kind of thing. So this is how he functions, and that's good, right? This is something that I think all of us can learn from him. In fact, even for myself, because for me, I'm running life on a fast lane, right? I'm always on a bullet train run. But sometimes when I look at Kenny, I say, hey, sometimes I should also pause and think, because it is important. We cannot always be like, oh, I just want fast. But then what is the contingency plan if this doesn't work out? Even though we say don't think too much, true, but at least must have a backup plan, especially when the deal is big. Then naturally we want to make sure that this kind of deal don't come every day. So how then can we say that we have done our best to try to secure it? If we didn't manage to secure it, fine, but at least we know we won't regret it because we have done our best. Yeah, right. Okay. So how long have you actually joined KTD?
Okay, so I came into KTD in March 2018.
Hmm.
So
Coming
26
4 years,
is my 4 years.
Hmm.
Coming 4 years really.
So how has it been for you?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
uh,
So I think that my previous agency definitely it was all over the place lah. Okay, so I because I came from the corporate world and being a project manager, right? I think it's a little bit of my DNA and habit because I need things to be very structured. Okay, in fact, I need the certain instruction to be told to me on how I should carry out my tasks and all that. I mean, because it's an employee mindset. Then of course, at that point of time when I met you, that was my my second year into my entrepreneurial journey. I was running a few business. Events was one of them. Education was another. So because of some stakeholders that I meet, be it small deal or big deal, I really believe that the mindset is the same lah. I mean, meaning to say we have to really give the best to our clients, right? Because of the trust. So coming in, I mean, my first agency, to be honest, it was a little bit unsure, right? I know that, oh, I can get some information here, but it's not complete. Okay. And then, of course, when I tried to get information when my mentor was not available, I really don't know where to go about doing it. So coming into KTD, I realized the first thing that I can depend on is there's a very good family culture. I mean, it's a very big team, but I think it's very impressive that at least that no matter who I talk to in KTD, there's this like brother or sisterhood. I think everyone in KTD, we can feel it lah. And because of that, the sharing becomes very, I quite bring it forward because I got the help of someone. So the next time someone asks me, I do feel very obliged, not as a colleague, but more like a personal friend to see how I can help him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Pay forward.
Pay forward, yeah.
This is really something that I always wanted to be the culture, to be our real the blood in KTD.
Yeah.
And this is something that I think will keep the team together and to also allow more talents to be born. Because you see, sometimes it is because you share. And then because you share, right, then you end up gaining more.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So if everybody shares, everybody learns together. And that's where I think I have benefited from PNG, and that is the culture. That's the real, true DNA of PNG, and that's where I want it to maintain and remain in KTD. Yeah, good. So how many times? Because you say it's been very good after you joined, so
Right.
how many times you have achieved the platinum?
Okay, if I can recollect, in total, I think I have about 7 platinum and 1 super platinum.
Wow,
Right, over-
7. No wonder you say very good.
Okay, yeah, it was a breakthrough because in my previous 2 agency, I never scored any platinum. I think my largest deal, to be very honest, was probably about half a platinum, about cross 50,000. I thought that, wow, this is my very good month already. Right, well, of course, coming to PNG, I see the check. So the first time I come here, I said, wow, it's impossible, man. This Hall of Fame got so many top producer. So yeah, the 100,000 was really a very far target for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, hey, as a 打工仔, it's like 100,000 is my 1 year salary for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's always a very distance kind of like a concept. Yeah, but along the way, I think again PNG and particularly KTD, there's a lot of champions here that I actually try to mirror upon what they do and try to perfect that. I mean, it takes time, but I think over time, more or less, I got the so-called the gist of it.
Okay. So were you comparing with all the rest of those people who are doing very well? Because we have a tendency to compare, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we see, ayo, this fellow also can do 100,000. Wow, how can I do lesser than that? Do you have this kind of like thinking or not?
Okay, first when I first came in, I do have colleagues who cross over, right, to the team. I should say yes, I have that kind of like those mindset because I say, hey, in my previous agency, I thought he was just okay only, quite noah. Wow, then after I saw him getting awards, so something actually triggered me. Hey, something must have changed because I thought, hey, we were about the same level, you see, right? Very negative. Okay, maybe not negative, but very lack of confidence. I talked to him, I don't want lah, Donna also don't want, but then I see a changed person because he crossed over earlier. And then that was where I thought he can also can. Because you are at the same level.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's, I agree with you. That means it's really about the mindset that's holding us back.
Yes.
Yeah.
You probably need to find someone that you can benchmark against, right? You need to find a pacer,
right?
Or in a very crude way, you need to find your catfish.
Correct. Catfish.
Right. Okay. So if you even for me, I also find my own catfish. Right. So for many years, I have been trying to pace Chanel.
Okay.
Right. Because Chanel is very consistent. Then every year I see, every year actually we are plus minus 1-2 position. Always there one. Every year also about the same.
Right.
And that's also how we became very good friends. I mean, you can choose to become a friend, or you can also choose to become an enemy, right? Because you see that as, wow, this one competitor. Then I cannot lose to her. So because I cannot lose to her, I cannot be her friend. Because if I become a friend, then I will start sharing with her all the things that I do.
Right.
Then later she copy me how, right? We always have this thinking. But on the other hand, I always those, especially those who are recruited by me personally, I'm sure you have heard this story before. And this is a real true story of how PNG became today, there's this farmer, okay, he grows crops, and his crop is actually corn. Okay, he's an Australian farmer. It's a real base story. Every single year, right, his crops this corn is always the one that win the champion one, a champion crop. Okay, every year. Then there's one year, he decided he can give all his neighbors, that means the neighboring farms, right? He gives the same seed from his farm. But that year, right, they interview him. Hey, why you go and you crazy or what? This one is your award-winning crop. Then you go and give all your neighbors the seedling. Then you're not scared you lose the championship. Eventually he won. Eventually he still became a champion. So his story was that number one, for corn to grow better, you need to have more of them in the next few kilometers of farmland. Okay, then this crop will grow even better. Which is the same. When we have talents, if we group them together, the more talents, the better. Because that will mean to say that we will all improve as well. Because you start to find your own catfish. Okay. Next, the main thing here is that he says that in order to raise everybody's bar, okay, then you will start to what? Then you will start to run. If not, you will be complacent. Because every year I also win, right? Which is the same thing, Actually, I have given back to PNG a lot because I've always been sharing very openly, and I've always been giving back to PNG. And because of this, I think many people have benefited, right? Like Matt Lam and all that. Okay, so he has learned a lot of things, and I'm very happy for him to see how he has succeeded today. Even though he became a competitor in terms of team building and even for personal sales, but it's okay, right? We still maintain a very good relationship, and I'm happy that he has really picked up something and he really go and push to make it happen. There are a lot of people who learn a lot of things from me, but they never use it. Then they didn't get anything at all, right? But there are people who have actually appreciated, and they have learned, and they have actually gone forward to even bring it to another level, So then these are the things that make me realize that when you bring up the standard of not just yourself, but the people around you, what's going to happen? Then you will not be complacent, because you know that, wow, shit, now they are same. Now we're competing on a fair ground, no longer unfair advantage. I cannot say anything, I cannot teach anything, but when I do that, I'll be complacent. Then I may not even hit my consistent 4 years millionaire. Right. So this is how this whole industry works. We need to go and try to make everyone become your level or your standard. Then when we compete, when you win, you really win, because it's really a fair competition, not an unfair advantage.
Agree. Actually, to add to what you have just mentioned, I have some deep thoughts also, because ever since I came into KTD, I've grown my own team. Not a very big team, but I'm quite happy that the team is small, but it's really form of all friends, ex-colleagues and all that. So there's a kind of like a DNA in KTD in my team as well. And being a team leader, of course, now I can better appreciate, especially yourself running a much larger team. Every individual come in with a very different mindset, skill set as well. Okay. And then of course a different belief, right? And because of that, it presents a very different angle and problem. So let's say example, I have 20 associates right now, and everyone will definitely in some way or another have a very unique problem. But this problem may have I have experienced it before, or I may not have experienced it before. But then I realized that actually, I agree totally with you. That means sometimes when we teach more or we share more, the more we really learn, because the thing is that thing has not occurred to me before. So then I have to put myself in my associate's position. So if I were him or her, what should I do as well? So it become a kind of synergistic brainstorming. So I say, have you tried this option? Maybe this is my suggestion. he can come back and say, hey, I've tried it, but we say cannot. And because why cannot, then he will explain. Then we will like, really 2 or 3 months to put it together.
Yeah.
All right. And of course, we mirror the same process what KTD has done.
Yeah.
We have a group chat. And I'm very happy that in this group chat, sometimes when I'm out for viewing or appointment, right, my team members actually, they already solved the problem.
Yeah.
So I'm also very heartened to know that my team has actually grown to a certain extent that even sometimes without me in the picture, right, the answer has been solved, the solution has been there. Yeah. So I think that's something I personally have benefited a great deal, because some of these things that I've not even thought of, but now I have the answers before the problem actually surfaced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this whole business is a learning journey, right? So be whether you are 10 years in the business, 1 year in the business, it's always a constant learning journey, because each and every time the situation is different, and it's only based on experience, then you can garner that, and then you can say that, oh, I can answer all questions. There are a lot of questions that you all even ask in the group chat. Maybe I don't even have the answer one. But whenever I'm free, I look at it, I see, not answer, I will go in and answer. I'll go and find the answer for you also, even if I don't have the answer, right? So I think these are the important things that we want to do in order to keep ourselves becoming very knowledgeable and very updated, and especially when it comes to like HDB policies and etc., which is constantly changing one. And most of the time we don't really have the right answer. The best way is either to go and ask somebody who is always constantly doing HDB, or if you're very, very frightened and you're very scared of losing your license, then please check with HDB themselves, because that's the only way to safeguard yourself. Okay, right, good, very nice. So now I know Kenny is very happy because he has 7 platinums and 1 super platinum. So for him now, platinum is nothing really. Now he need to shoot for titanium, right? Because you have done it before, super plat already. So next one we'll try to go and strive for titanium. I think platinum for you, like no kick.
Still must work hard lah.
But no kick, no kick. 100K like okay lah, can lah, no problem. Very easy okay. But I'm very sure all of us all want to strive to hit this platinum. And now you'll be thinking, Kenny Lao Jiao, he 8-9 years in the business. So for him to hit platinum, should be easy what? Because he knows so many things already. Some more he's in Kelvin Tong division for 3 years, correct? That is the reason why I have to bring Kelvin 2 into this show. Because I must show the contrast between the two, right? Okay, so Kelvin, how long have you been in the industry?
I joined in 2009.
Okay, 2009. Wow,
Yeah.
even earlier than me.
2009, then of course the past 3 years I stopped for a while.
Okay.
As a part-time only.
Okay.
Yeah. Then only recently I jumped over to KTD.
Wow, 3 years is a long time,
Yeah.
Because I think these 3 years so many changes in the business and the market as well.
Yes, that's why I noticed a lot of people are using social media.
Okay.
That's why, but I don't have any social media.
Right.
Yeah, I have no tools or even what life. I don't
Actually,
know.
you're right. 3 years
Yeah.
ago, I think not many people were running social media. The only people that I know of are the very prominent people like
Yeah.
Andrew, and then we have got what's his name, Benjamin,
Lim Brothers.
then the Property Lim Brothers, and that's about it. Yeah.
So even new development, I don't really do new development last time.
Okay. So you don't touch new launch.
No.
You're a resale agent.
Bad experience from the last time.
Okay.
Because I didn't know that the commission was so high. to be frank, really, because I told you last time when I closed this treasure trove, because external co-broke, the one point I remember 1 mil plus, and my com is 1,000 plus.
Oh.
Yeah, because of
I remember.
So and
last time I come very low one, you know. I see before 0.2%. Can you imagine now? 0.2%, I do resale better lah.
So, and because I was recruited long time ago, we don't have a team.
I see.
Yeah, don't even have someone to so-called can inquire for even like lessons, or even what should I do or what. So I didn't even know now like new launch is doing so well or what.
I see.
Yeah, until recently, Andrew approached me
Okay.
and say, "Hey, why not you come back for full time and even come to Pronex? The culture is different."
Mm.
Yeah. I say, "Are you sure?" I don't even trust him. Sorry. I don't even trust him. Okay. Then of course, then getting tired of the previous agency.
Okay.
That's where I
So when do you join us? It means you're very new with us.
Yes, April.
April.
Yes,
Okay, so less than
April.
1 year.
Less than 1 year.
Okay, very good. Okay,
Yeah.
this is see this is a very good example. This is exactly almost like a new RES because whatever he learned in the past, right, not valid already.
Yeah.
Okay, because everything had to restart from zero. The moment he came back here and he joined us in April in 2021, it's also a challenging time, right? Because it's during COVID. So when you came back,
Mm.
from the time you came back until now,
Mm.
what's your greatest challenge? Because I'm sure number one is that you obviously see all these people all do very
Yes.
well. Then after that, you're asking yourself like, hey, wow, how then I can achieve this number? Do you have that fear or were you like very very irritated when you see, wow, this fella closed deal again. Wow, this fella closed deal again. Then why everyone closed deal except me? Have this kind of stress or not?
Of course have. Of course have.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, because I don't have a platform to go. I
Mm.
don't know how to even start. How to even start like getting new clients or what.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was telling Andrew, hey, what to do? He say, make full use of what you had,
Okay.
your old clients.
Okay.
Yeah. That's whereby, okay. So because of new development, then I not say I come out like, why I should say, why not I say give it a try.
Mm.
So I text all my old client.
Okay.
But first of all, you must understand, I go and study the new development, what is going on,
Yes.
how much per square
Yes.
feet and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then knowing that my clients, because some clients, old clients, they know that now price have gone up.
Mm.
They profit from it and they want to change environment. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
nice. I really say, you say some will scared, rejected or what? Don't care. Really don't care. I
Okay.
just text them and then meet them.
Okay. So now I'm gonna stop Kelvin. Two things.
Yep.
Okay, two things. First, you said that you went to reconnect with your clients. Can I say you reconnected with everyone, or were you selective when you were doing the process?
Actually, most, as long as I did the sales before, I text them.
Oh, so what about friends, relatives?
Friends, relative, in fact, that one I never let.
Ex-colleague.
Actually, that should be the one that I should go, right?
Yeah.
But I never let. I go for client first.
Okay.
Because even down there, if I make mistake, right, I think I can learn from that. Yeah. Don't get throw face or no, or what. Then I just give it a try. I text them because to me that time is nothing to lose really.
Right.
Yeah, nothing to lose. Then that's whereby the few text back knowing, because I text them about like the recent development, what is so attractive or what. Some inquire and you meet them directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second point that I also noticed is that just now you said that you went to study the projects first.
Yes.
Right. So I'm sure you could have also been doing a self-assessment. That means you assess whether this project whether got storyline or not, whether got potential or not. Then only when you yourself are convinced that wow, hey, this one really can make money. Then like because why you have that passion already. Because you have the conviction, right? You know that hey, this one confirm can one. If I got money, I buy this one. Hey, when you speak to your client like this, hey, if I got money, I buy this one. I'm very confident this one can. But let me show you the numbers. Right, I show you the numbers so that we are all not emotional about it. We make a logical decision to buy this. Not because I like, you like, it's not. It's because this one, after I look at the assessment of the numbers and the statistics, and then we look at the trends and cycles around the area, it seems that we got a very good chance that we can make money. Then because of this, we go in and buy. But when you say in this manner, because of what you have done, you actually can get more clients. Because once you speak in this manner, the next round, when there are friends around them, right, come to know that they just bought this,
Yes.
they will be your salesman, because they already got influenced by you, ma. You say until so much conviction, then that's why they buy. And when they buy at the time, they lucky got more conviction because they're the one put the money on,
Yeah.
So the more they'll be more convicted and start telling people, hey, wow, hey, this one really can buy one. Maybe the person really buy, maybe they never buy from you. But if you did your part, when you part ways,
Yes.
hey, remember to refer your friends to me. Remember, recommend your friends to me. Then they will remember, But if you never say anything, they become the salesman for other people, because they really sell the project, but the friend buy, but never buy from you. Okay, so this is
You're
I
right.
think
That's
I
why
think
my client refer the friend to buy also.
see,
Yeah.
I know one. This thing, I have been there, I've done it. I know exactly why some people just can do very well and some people just cannot. Yeah, very good. So how many times have you achieved platinum?
Oh, Kenny last time, like 50,000 is quite a lot to me already.
Okay. Okay.
In fact, after stopping this, I think this is the first time.
First time, right?
First
Yeah.
time.
Okay. So see, this is the reason why Kelvin is here. Because I want to ask you, before you achieve the 100,000, right? Do you even believe that you can?
No.
No, right?
No.
Yeah. But then, do you then say that because I'm not that level, so then never mind lah, just let it be long?
Yeah, I had this thinking before.
Right?
Yeah. But when
What's the thing that trigger you to
trigger me, okay. When I close the new development case, I know I'm near already. I'm near already. Then to me it's like, hey, near already,
cannot let go, right?
Cannot let go. Once in a lifetime, let's say to me, once in a I must one time. At least you get what I mean. Then from there, maybe there's a new breakthrough or what.
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, that is also what pushes me to continuously be consistent. So people, which I always teach in KTD, right? I say, don't go and chase your target. Chase your what? Chase your variance. Because it's your variance that will motivate you to go and hit your number.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, right. Because every time you come and say, oh, my target this month 100K. You don't care about the 100K. You go and think, this month, you still short how much to hit 100K. Right? Then for Kenny will be, I still short how much to hit 500,000. This is how we work, ma. Right? If not, very difficult. You keep on thinking. Then because when number very big, also problem. Number too big, like you work on your annual target, die already. Then the more you will think that, wow, how to hit the number, right? I never think whether this year I can hit millionaire one. Anne will think one, but I will never think one. She will very worried one. Hey, I think this year jialat very jialat I said, don't worry lah. Just do and just keep improvising on how we do things. It will happen. Right? Don't need to think so much. The more you think worse, better go and think of how to go and make it happen rather than to think this year very difficult. The moment you say very difficult, it really become very difficult. Because you are that mind block. The only one that stop you is yourself. No one else can stop you. Right? Okay, so this is something that I think is very interesting and it's quite good. Okay, so now the thing is that when you see so many people, especially you you see people like him Kenny, 7-time platinum, super platinum, stress or not?
Stress.
Because every month KTD at least minimum got 7-8 fella platinum one. So then when you know that they are platinum, what's the stress that you have? Why do you feel that stress?
Why do I feel the stress? Actually, in fact, when you haven't achieved yet, right? You won't feel the stress. You won't feel it's like I hope that I can just do well, get normal. You get what I mean?
Okay.
But once you get it, what you're hoping now is, I think, is consistency. Yeah, expectation. The expectation is there already. So now you will be thinking, how can I achieve? You will think further more like how you're gonna achieve this.
Mm,
Yeah, I think that will be the stress part. I think
okay.
for me lah.
Okay.
Ah.
Then do you feel lousy or not? Like when you're surrounded by so many of all these platinum achiever. Last year alone, we got 50 over platinum achievers, and I cannot remember how many super plat. I think got 6 super plat, 1 titanium. So do you feel lousy or not when you are surrounded by all these people?
I don't say feel. I think maybe to everyone, don't feel lousy lah. Just use this as a motivation. How to be like them. Lah.
Correct.
You get what I
Yes.
mean? How to
Okay.
be like them. Lah. Don't think lousy lah. I will not ever achieve lah. Like I remember I heard one Kevin Fong say before. If your target is 100,000, you may be 80,000. But if you put your target higher, then you will you get what I mean? Yeah, I think that's
Then you fall short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
high, yeah,
Yeah.
funny thing lah. That's usually last time I don't believe lah, but yeah, now I rather kind of like know
It's
what
a psychological
Yes,
thing,
yes, yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
all this number it's just a number.
Mm.
The one who dictate the number is you.
Yeah. That's why I told Andrew like, how to achieve Well, I can never achieve one But when you know you're near funny thing is you will think of way how to squeeze this, how to squeeze
This is the
how to squeeze
this
this
is
in
the
out.
main point.
Yes. So to be frank, even some to be frank, some rental is not even time to rent out. I try early at renting. You get what I mean? To try to
Generate
achieve,
more
yeah,
activities,
more activities. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you will want to go and find ways to make it happen.
Yes.
This one then is the most important
Mm.
thing. And the part where you say that, I don't feel stressed, but I don't feel lousy also, right? This is the attitude. Yeah. The one who feel lousy, feel stressed one, why do they feel like that? It's because they are negative. You see, a positive person, when you see the people around you doing well, you will feel encouraged that because they can do it, so can I, right? Not comparing, but at least you know that I'm the average of the 5 people around me, right? So if let's say the people I mix around with, naturally my results will be there one. Correct or not? Right? So then this is something that is a mindset problem. If you are thinking positively, you will think like this. But when you are thinking negatively, then you start to compare, and then you start be upset because you say that I will never be this one. Then you feel very demoralized. Then the more you will not even think of ways and methods how to go and improve your business, you will always be stuck there while everyone around you is just moving forward. Then only you are left behind. Yeah, which I think this is the real reason or the core value of why the top producer and the non-top producer. Yeah, it's only just this fine line. It's just a matter of mindset. The moment you structure yourself, your attitude is right, you will automatically do well because you will be finding solution. That means, okay, I put it in this way. Instead of thinking of how you will die, you think of how you will live better. Right? So in short, actually, it's all about how you run your life as well. Nobody will want to think of how to die one. Most of us will think of, how then we can live better, how then we can improve our life and etc. It's the same way as how you treat your business. Treat your business like your life. How then you can make it a very wonderful journey whereby when you look back, flashback when you retire one day, then you say, wow, I have all these milestones. I have done this. Some of them may not be monetary one, but some of them could be some initiatives that you have created that have really made a difference in people's lives. I believe whether your client, your team, your in KTD or have some influence over PNG, Pronex or whatever. These are the little suggestions that you have made along the way that have somewhat become part of the success. And that is something that I think as an individual, we don't only want to make money, but we also want to create these milestones for ourselves to look back when we grow old, right? Okay, awesome. So what do you close in order to help you achieve your platinum? Yeah, you lah.
This Iberia.
Okay, Iberia.
the one at this
River Valley,
lah,
yeah, Kim
Canning Hill Pier.
or Canning Hill Piers.
Yeah,
So in 1 month you close 2 new launch
in 2 months lah.
Oh, in 2 months. Okay, so then the one that helped you to hit 100K itself was a Canning Hill.
Yeah, Canning Hill.
And
then of course I thought that time one case can already platinum already.
oh
Yeah, then I get to know the
the com lesser.
Yeah, the com lesser. Then of course, then that's whereby when I'm near, then you will think of way to squeeze out the
How much short? How much will you short?
15. That's why I feel 15 only like 15 to 20, I think.
You
around
see,
there.
human being very funny one. Oh. If now you don't have this 85K, right? Don't have this 85K. Then I ask you to do 15,000 this month, you'll be scratching your head, walao eh. How to do 15,000 this month? I got 0 now. But when you have 85, then you say, 15 very little only ma. 85 already in my pocket already. 15 okay what? Just a little bit more like 100K already, right? So this is a very, very interesting topic on how the mind functions, you know. When you have nothing, especially every month reset, right? Every month reset. When you reset at time, then you feel your heart a bit heavy, like, because you say, shit, now come back to 0 again. And when am I gonna break my egg? Usually it's like that one. Even for me, when am I gonna break my egg? So I always aim, I don't care rental, whatever. I just want to break the egg. Because to me, is that break the egg very important.
Yes.
Once I break the egg, I got variance already. I can catch variance. Right. So then that's how I function. And I think you guys also function almost the same way. Right. So it's nice to know that. Okay. So what do you think you did right to be able to convince this client to buy Canning Hill?
I changed my own mindset also.
Okay.
Because that time when I just started, the worth I think per square feet is 1,200 only.
Yes.
Yeah, around 1,200 only. So I keep telling Andrew, talk to me, and I cannot believe it. I don't really believe the price now like that. How to, even if I don't believe, how do I convince my client? Yeah, that's one thing. So like then later I go and so-called did the research and everything, see the chart and everything, then accept it. No? Once you accept it, you think that, for example, when you are thinking of Canning Hill is expensive, Perfect 10 come up. The prices to me, you get what I mean? So it's about this is the market. It's going up already. So you just have to accept this and you convince your client into believing. And then of course, first of all is everybody, to me, at that time, I was thinking that everybody will be sick of where even the place, how nice, after staying 4-5 years, they might get sick of it already. Okay, that's whereby now if I tell you, you have an opportunity to profit, because last time the market quite stagnant, you can profit and then change environment. Yeah, that's whereby, the client wanted, actually it's a 99 years, they wanted a freehold. That's whereby they it's a good time to jump out. So I managed to sell their houses, and then that time it was quite a high transaction. Yeah, then that's whereby we start. Actually, I prepared them to see the new development. So I prepared them to see it. So one thing that really they see, they like it, then they are actually the price, how much actually they are willing to let go. Yeah,
I guess it's also because they have profited.
yes,
Right.
yeah.
Most of actually a lot of people have profited from the real estate market in the last 10 years. So imagine if they own a property for the last 10 years or even 5 years, today they will be sitting on quite a good cash proceeds and CPF proceeds, which you'll be surprised that by using that as their next down payment and assuming that they are able to take 75% loan because their income has also increased over the last 10 years or 5 years, then you will notice that they are willing to take the risk because they have done it before, they have made money from real estate, they are the ones who are the believers. And it becomes very easy. But some of us also have this mindset problem. Why? Don't say Calvin. Calvin is because 3 years he not in the industry. And because these 3 years, there's so big a gap in price. And if he can accept it, why not us? The only problem here is that most of us, we always have this thought that, wow, buy at this price, can still make money or not?
Mm.
This is the question we always ask ourselves. But that's only because, right? Because you are not familiar with what's happening on the ground. You're not so sure based on the market dynamics, right? Or maybe you attended KTD dynamics, but you are still not so well versed with it. And that's why you don't have that confidence to tell people that, hey, I think I foresee the market to moving forward is still increasing, but at a what kind of rate, right? I don't know what kind of rate you guys are going to use, but for me, I'm being conservative. I always say 3%. Right, 3% is a very, very conservative because in the last 20 years, it has gone up easily 5% per year.
Mm.
Right, so quoting 3% is underquote one. Why? Because I need to also factor in market prices move up. There's also corrections, it comes down, and then it goes up again, and it comes down. So averagely, if you take an average line up, it's 5%. So if I quote 3%, and if they hold it for a shorter term, say if they didn't hold it for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, they held it for 5 years. So happened there was a period that it dropped. I still factor that in, it will still be 3%.
Mm.
Right? So become this is the kind of confidence whether you know or you don't know, and then how to go and handle the kind of objections, because all these are all related to market data one. But if you're not familiar and you yourself don't even believe in it, then of course cannot lah. How are you going to ask the person to buy when you yourself don't even think that you will appreciate one? Correct or not? So then that's where I think the sheer difference between if you really want to achieve these kind of numbers, you want to be the 100,000 agent, right? There's two ways to do this. One, by luck. You just so happen you met this guy. This guy really liked the project for whatever reason, and he decided to buy it. Then happy for you, lor, right? Huh? But then you will not be consistent. But there's another way that you can actually try to make this more consistent by understanding the market dynamics very clearly, just like what Calvin Fong shared yesterday. I think it was very powerful. It has actually given us another perspective. Now looking at if you enter early and then you can exit earlier, so that if let's say the prices in the coming years were to have gone up, you can sell and you don't have to wait, which I remember. Yeah, right. If you remember, I bought Martin Modern in 2017, right? And because I early entry, so at any point of time, I can exit earlier than anyone else. So now at this point of time, if I sell, I definitely make a profit, right? Imagine if let's say I bought later, right? Then I would not have this opportunity to sell it earlier before the cooling measure, even though I haven't sold it yet. But okay, if I really wanted to sell it earlier, I could have done it, and I would have exited, and I would have made more than what I make now. Right? So these are the opportunity cost that's involved, which is good, because this allows me to then share my clients who are always thinking of what they want to plan and time the market. You cannot time your entry, but you can time your exit, because you can decide when you want to exit. If the prices are drop, you can don't exit, provided you got holding power, right? But if you have no holding power, then better don't buy, all right. But you got holding power, you don't need to worry on it, right? You just have to make sure when you exit when the market has gone up. That's all. And if you find that this is not the price you're willing to exit, then don't exit, wait for the next time, right? It's like take bus like that, This bus stop, you don't want to alight the bus, you wait at the next bus stop, right? Okay, so I think that's how it should be. Good. All right, come. Now I'll ask Kenny.
Okay.
So what do you close?
Okay. November.
Every
right?
time new launch.
November was 2 new launches. Honestly,
Also 2 new launches.
2 new launches, but they were big units lah. Okay.
Oh.
So one thing that I have realized over the past 3 years, most of the new launches I close are usually big units. Okay, big units. Not that I don't want to close small unit.
Okay.
It just happened my clientele, they are in the transition phase. Family is growing, they need a bigger space, and then they also don't like the idea of buying a studio or 1 bedroom. They prefer to go for 3 or 4. In particular, that was Woodley Residence. Okay, it's I think it's a 4 bedroom of 3 plus study. I can't remember. I think it's a 3 plus study maybe. The other one that I've closed.
What was the PSF?
PSF was low 2000. Honestly, about 2001. So tampo lah, 2001 ish. It was very attractive. Now, I'd like to share a little bit about this client because it may actually help to encourage the rest of the KTD team members. This lead I've been following for 5 years.
5 years.
5 freaking years. Okay, but to be honest, my style is I'm not the pushy type. Okay, because I always believe you're not ready, I just give you info. You're still not ready, I won't force you. Okay, because I don't want to be a case later I push you and you throw the blame at me. Though I've already done all my homework, due diligence that I can share with you, this is probably the best thing that you can buy at this time. We don't compare with next year. Next year I won't know, but as of now, this is the best option I have already come through for you. Okay, and I myself, I'm a computer scientist by training. I look through data. I'm very comfortable with data. Okay, so I look at data, I can see some trend, I can pick up some things from there, right? So I think that's some of my clientele, they actually like the way I analyze data with them. This client was not easy to really to convince. No, or I should say because he himself, he run a fund. Okay. I think it's probably a multi-million-dollar fund. So he's actually one of the top guy in the fund market. So while he believed, but the thing is that he always felt that real estate, the return is not as good as if he put money into his own fund, right? But along the way, I realized something. I've been using sometimes a little bit too much into profit and loss. Okay, which some buyers may not buy into it, right? And eventually I realized that he was sold to this property. I missed out something. It was really a blind spot. I forgot about the family needs. Okay, so all this while it's like, hey, you buy early, you sell, you can have profit. So it's always about profit. But this guy, he has a lot of profit, because his business is already making, I don't know, 10 or hundreds of millions. So you tell him a profit, maybe that doesn't motivate him a lot. But then one day, which he actually went to Canning Hill Piers as well. He didn't buy Canning Hill Piers because I think for some reason they just felt that they were quite unsure, right? When they were at Canning Hill Piers, they actually brought their 2 lovely daughters. Yeah. Okay. And because I have a daughter about the same age as well. So I talked to him like a parent, right? And we say, hey, so where's your daughter studying and all that? So he said actually it's very near to Woodleigh. Okay, it's an international school down there. So, oh, that's a very nice school to be in. I have some clients, some friends who are also studying there. So we start to talk about the enrichment program that the school has to offer. And then I realized something, that actually, have you thought of like, if you were to buy over here one day, because it's going to be an IB program, it's going to be like, what, 10, maybe 10, at least, you're going to be there. So I say from where you stay right now, have you thought that you can actually, when your daughter goes a little bit older, you can actually let her have this place, right? You can even try to buy it as a trust for her. Then I realized something actually ticked in him. You see, so it's more on the other angle of selling already, not so much on the numbers, yes, but more on the family needs. And I saw that actually there was a change in reaction from a little bit like, yeah, this is good, but there's always this into something that that may work, and I can see they really love the daughter, right? Really, like they're working hard for just their children. And then this thing actually was a very emotional kind of like decision. And I just said, okay, it's okay with me Canning Hill Piers. Anyway, the unit was sold that they chose. And he actually asked me, shall we relook at a bigger unit in the RCR? And I happened to, say, hey, since your daughter is studying there, why don't you consider this? And then I think it's a very good development. It's integrated, just like Canning Hill Piers is integrated, but you don't pay that price tag, right? And furthermore, if you want to exit, there is a very large bumper harvest of $1 million HDB coming your way. I mean, the Woodleigh area. So seems like it went very smooth. The next day, he said, okay, shall we come down and take a look? We happen to be on leave, right, for the year end. They came, about 10 minutes of presentation, they gave the check away. Yeah, they chose the unit themselves. Yeah. And they say, hey, Kenny, so we have not supported you for this while. I'm so very sorry. I say, no, it's fine, it's fine. I'm so happy that after this year, you still come back to me. That means he's more like a friend already. And he left, then he did something which I felt very heartened. He said, hey, finally, I'm so happy I supported you. Okay. Cheers. Yeah, seriously. So it was like, wow, hey, I can't believe it. 5 years, but 10 minutes, close the deal. So the tiger was, close already. I said, you just signed the LOA, you asked me close. The tiger can't even believe it because it was so fast, you see. But I think to add on to that is because the market really was running out of supply. Big units especially, and then of course with the good PSF that makes sense and RCR location, right? And of course, he's very well learned. Of course, every morning when you go to office, the PA will give him some report. He probably knew that Ang Mo Kio is going to sell like what $2,000 this year. So he has these numbers. But then again, what I want to share with some of our KTD brothers and sisters is that sometimes don't just go by numbers. Sometimes really try to understand a little bit about their family needs, right? Because they may have a more deeper emotional purchase habit, right?
Yeah.
I think that's.
I
one
think the
thing.
key word is actually purpose. Say
Purpose,
every one of us sure have a purpose, right? Okay, like for why are we working so hard? Because our family, our wife, our husband, or children, or parents, or whoever. There must be somebody there that you are working so hard for, right? Same thing one. Your client, right? When they want to buy this house, what is the purpose?
Yeah.
You need to understand this purpose very well. Then you can filter and make it work for them. So a lot of times people ask me, hey, Laoban, how many viewing you conduct, then you can close the deal. I say there are some one round gao team.
Yeah.
Some 2 round gao team. 2 round means what? Maybe the first round I show them 4 to 5 units, or if it's resale or new launch could be 4 to 5 projects, or even 3 projects, and they make a decision. Have one. Then there are some see already but still never made a decision. Then there are some see many like those that recently we closed those convenient. Walao, I also serve for 1 over year. Then seen every project in Coast Central region. But eventually they still go back to the one that I initially proposed. Right? So it's like this. First of all, you let them see and then make them feel comfortable. But you must know deep down, what's the reason why you buying this for what? I want to understand then I know how to work along with it. What for I can work against it for what? I rather work along with it. You tell me what is the purpose of you buying. Some people may not tell you the truth in the initial part, but eventually they will tell you, right? Just like yours, you only came to realize only when you saw the kids. So that's why for me, I want to try to meet up with them. Then if they have children, whatever, the best they all come. So I always invite, hey, just come, because then that's where I can see a little bit more beyond their faces. Then I'll know, hey, this family, who's the decision maker, who's the influencer, and so forth. Yeah, it's very obvious one sometimes. The one who is the decision maker usually will be the one who listen to you the most. Then the observer and all that, usually they will be wandering around or especially in the show flat. Suddenly you see, hilang already, where the fella go, right? But then the one who is the decision maker still beside you, still listening to you talk and that kind of thing, right? So this is where then you know already, okay, I know that this is the guy that I need to focus on, or this is the wife. The wife is the one, because why? Every time you talk, then after the wife got a lot of comment one. Ayo, this one like that. Normal. The one comment a lot one is usually the influencer, right? Okay, but this big influencer partial decision maker also no. Then you need to understand that actually it's not that she don't like the project. It's just that she very used to it. She go market, right? Even the fish is fresh one, she'll say, hey, the fish die already. Of course the fish die already, not buy a live fish, correct not? It's still fresh, just dead not so long ago. But this is how they negotiate. They think that come to show flat, hey, I say like that, then you want a deal, then you give me discount. They have this kind of mindset, right? But that's only for Chinese housewife, right? If you meet the Ang Mo, then Ang Mo, you ask them, oh yeah, it's good, but then the check never come out because they never tell you the truth. They will always everything also good one, because they don't want to make you feel lousy, right? So they will always try to please you by telling you that, oh yeah, it's fine, everything is good, budget okay. But when you come to the final part at the time, then got problem already. Because then you will start to discover, actually, just now that one is he paint a very beautiful picture for me, but he never tell me the real reason why he don't like it. I need to go and dig. Then then it will come out. You'll surface out one. Eventually it will surface out, but you need to go and dig. But a lot of us never dig. Then we take for granted that he say good. Then if I'm like Kenny, I'm not the proactive one, which I really not the proactive one. I also don't push my client to buy one. Then what will happen? I'll just say, he say nice ma. So he's thinking lah, maybe his thought process longer, so I just wait lah. Which I tell you I lost 3 deals because of this cooling measure. I lost 500,000 commission.
Oh my God.
There's these 3 deals. Why? Because I never push. Then my client come back and ask me, you see, why you never ask me to buy? Why I never ask you to buy? I already give you everything. I already tell you already. Then you want to negotiate price. I already tell you cannot.
Right.
Then you still want to negotiate price. Then I also don't want to push you, so I never go and push hard lor.
Okay.
Then Keiko, when I tell them that, in 30 minutes time, the ABSD going to increase.
Oh.
Okay, can now can. How to can? I call all the developer, all cannot.
Aiyo.
30 minutes, how to sign PP form, churn option, plus transfer money.
Okay.
It's impossible.
So I haven't bought yet until now.
No need to buy because they are
Worry.
they're all buying for investment ma.
Right.
Then all kena lor.
Aiyo.
No choice. It's like that, right? So then how should I feel? I should feel lousy, basket. I lost 500,000. Then keep on procrastinating. Die already, right? Cannot ma. So this is something that I think we all must learn from our mistake. So now I become slightly more proactive. But I still never push, but I will want to understand what is their objection.
Okay.
Right? Instead of just leaving it hanging there. So the two of you sound like you all don't have a specific GTA, right? There's no like a focus area that you all are doing.
The 365.
Okay, so both also do District 65.
Yeah.
So I know already, he do social media marketing. You
Okay, for me, I think from day one, I think largely my model has been a lot of referral. Okay, if I can quote a little bit more like maybe Lawrence, brother Lawrence. Okay, so okay, I'm quite blessed in the sense that because first of all, I like to take up new hobbies. I'm
Okay.
someone who like to always meet people, learn new things and all that. And because of that, I think that kept me afloat for quite a while. Right,
Okay.
even during the COVID cycle, my friends actually say, "Hey, how's everything? By the way, I have actually spoke to one of my cousin, my friend, whatever." And then, so long there's leads coming in, so I think that was something I'm more, in a way, a little bit more luckier. Right, I got some leads, but I also understand it will dry out. So lately I've tried on the social media, not very successful, but I'm still aligning. So before the session, I spoke to Boss KT. I mean, I also understand from the short conversation, maybe there's some place where I can improve upon, tweak upon. I did close 2 deals, to be honest, over the past 2 years. I tried on off. I just thought maybe it was a matter of luck because it happened that I posted on that project. He wanted to buy. He had some inquiry, right? And I just told him, and he said, after that, now we are good friends. He said, I'm very comfortable talking to you because you're not pushy, you know your numbers, and then you're very patient, right? Not like some, like just like always keep looking at the watch and all that. Yeah. So I mean, these are constructive feedback. Oh, so this is where I done good enough. Then those that I agree with you, those that I don't know where I fail is probably because they don't even give me a chance to even meet up with me. Or maybe over the call, they just try to be polite. I mean, I get it all the time. So yeah, social media is something definitely I think is here to stay, and I am still brushing on the skill set, not trying to improve upon.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So because just now you say your clients because I always hear you close the deals especially for new launch, always 3-4 bidder one. So then where you get the leads from?
Okay.
How come all so power one, all big
okay,
fish one?
so over the past few closings, right? I would say that a lot of them are asset progression. Okay. Okay. So maybe I put it that way. Half of them I think will be like HDB MOP already. Okay, or already MOP 30 over years ago, coming to 40 years already, and then they are very worried because they say that, wow, what happened after 40 years? Would my flat suddenly go down in value? I mean, it's true. And so I use a stock market principle to kind of talk to them. I say, do you invest in stock market? They say, yes, I do. Okay. So I said, do you make money? They say, yes. Then I asked them which stock. They say Tesla. I said, oh, so you might have sold Tesla at a very high price, right? Before it came down again, right? So I asked him when you buy Tesla. I said, oh, when it was only $400. So I said, wow, then there's a lot of profit. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I say, okay, so now since I understand that you are very well, you're very comfortable talking about stock market, can I translate into real estate? Because you're not so familiar, but I'm familiar. So the thing is that today, if you are holding a HDB, it's like a Tesla stock. Okay. Many years ago, it was very cheap. Then now, After that, it came down because of government policy, right? They introduced a lot of housing measure and everything, and then they came out with a lot of HDB supply. Today, somehow or other, it gives you one more chance to sell at 10 years ago. You missed that boat exiting 10 years ago, where it was all the peakish time. Now, because of this COVID, it suddenly gives you a second chance to sell.
Yeah.
You should sell, right? It's just like Tesla went up, you never sell, then came down. Then you were like, wow, how damn I never sell, I could have made this and that. So I said, this is Tesla now. If you miss it, I don't know what's going to happen. I think that government this year is going to introduce definitely more HDB supply, which will then ease off the current crazy COV market, right? So they understand because they play stock. So I say Tesla, it hits them a lot. Okay, and I say that, okay, so now after you make profit, you should get buy for the next Tesla. Maybe something else, I don't know. And this something else is my expertise where I come in, because I scout the entire stock market. I tell you that this is probably the one that is going to be the next one. But you got to hold. It's not like within 3-4 years you can make a lot of money. You have to hold, right? So I give them some numbers and assure them that, okay, I think the first exit point will be 5 years later, right? The first bus stop will be 5 years later. The second bus stop that you can alight is maybe 10 years later. But you exit different price, you will have different results. So I totally agree with you. You cannot time the purchase, but you can always have the choice to exit. And because of that, I don't think you should hold a property, a small property, for 10 years. You want to hold, you better hold something which is very huge, very big, the largest that you can afford. Because Singapore is a very small country, but a lot of people are coming in, a lot of very high net worth people are coming in, which means to say that large units are just going to be a rarity. So I use the EM story. Today, can you buy an EM from HDB? You can't. Are there a lot of demand for EMEA? There are. So I say that now your idea is to buy something like an EM. It's going to be a limited edition already. So I think because of that, they understand, they sold their HDB, cash out quite a good profit, and then they reinvested into a
So you went to go and trigger these people around you to ask them to sell their HDB. So actually they came to you. No, not they came to you. It's you go to them telling them that they should actually be selling the HDB. Am I right?
Yes and no, because a part of them actually were being referred to me by my good friends.
Okay.
They say that, hey, my sister my brother, they are holding this coming 40-year flat. Please tell them that they should sell.
Oh, so it's an exploration stage.
Exploration.
Not even like decided to sell kind.
They are
right.
They know they have to do something.
Yeah, because warm leads usually is like that, ma.
Yeah.
Warm leads is usually I exploring only. I haven't confirmed. Usually it's like that.
Correct.
But for cold lead, it could be either they are super ready, they already sold their place, or they have already decided they want to sell, but they haven't engaged an agent, or they already engaged an agent, and then now they come to a new launch because they heard so much about it, and they're also exploring, right? Usually like that.
There are some of these these are what I call the godsend. That means they really drop from the sky. Okay, that means already clear everything, money all in the pocket already, just don't know where to pick. So yes, I have in fact closed one unit, Hugh at Holland, tagged by Tristan, right? They were actually looking at another project, right? But they were quite unsure. All these are the colleague board, and then they hear this, hear that. So after which I try to understand again their needs. I say, hey, if you are so PSF sensitive, then I think you should go for District 10, near to quite a number of good schools, and then it's a freehold address. I think you can look at it, right? And I think again within 3 days close already. Yeah, because it was more for investment. So investment, PSF makes sense, good location, I think it makes sense for them. Yeah, but a bulk of them is really have to sell the HDB.
Right.
And then really have to handhold them. A lot of fear. I realize this group of people a lot of fear. Always cannot sleep at night when I call me by 1 a.m. No, I know it's late, but can you just help me answer this question? But I will still try because I know that kind of feeling. Big ticket item, huge commitment.
Everyone the same.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Even if today you buy an upgrade property from what you have right now, I'm sure you also will face the same thing. Right? Because it's not something that you're comfortable with, it's something that new to you. You are going into with bigger numbers, bigger commitment, etc. Then you naturally will have this drawback. The withdrawal symptom quite strong one. Okay. And so your one that you close all this big one usually is warm leads.
Warm referral.
Cold lead only got one.
Cold lead is probably at 10% of what I have. Yeah.
Okay. So recently there was a cooling manager. So do you still manage to close any residential property recently?
Okay. I just managed to close 2 rental and one resale. Okay, but honestly, that one was already farmed, right? In the process of closing already. So if you're talking about a new launch after cooling measure, I'm still working on it.
But the resale, you
Yeah.
said yes, you probably got the listing before
Yeah.
before the cooling measure, but then
Correct.
eventually you sold it only after the cooling measure. And
Yeah.
what property is that? Is that the HDB that you
one of
posted?
them, okay, actually, one of them is a HDB, the other one is actually a private condo. Yeah, I'm acting on the purchasing side. Yeah.
Oh, so you serve buyer.
Yeah, some seller then become buyer. So two legs.
Oh, I see. Okay,
two
so it
legs.
was a transition.
A transition.
Okay,
yeah.
from HDB to condo.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
that was a penthouse. Penthouse unit.
Okay,
yeah.
so
it didn't quite affected them.
Never, right?
Never.
Yeah, because
yeah.
actually the reason why I asked you this, right, is I just want to give everybody this assurance. The people who are most affected, right? The people who are most affected by this whole entire saga is only mainly two people. The first one is called the foreigner.
Foreigners, yeah.
Okay. The second one is the one buying the third property one.
Yeah.
Because husband one, wife one, bo pian.
Bo pian,
Then but still got solution ma. Then you don't buy so big lor. You can buy trust deed like
yeah.
Benjamin Tan like that lah, right? Our big boss decided to buy for the daughter under trust deed. So there's still a escape plan. A lot of people think that buy trust deed, then wow, very xiong cannot take loan. I have to pay one full amount at one go. No need. Buy the new launch that got the longest runway one. That means the one that just launched one is the best. Why? Because you can slowly pay. Okay. Some of you might know that I bought Whistler Grand and I bought it under my grandmother's name, right? So why I chose that and why did I choose to buy the first day? Because I know I can slowly pay. Until now, right? I only paid how many percent? 55, right? They haven't even called the whole thing. And you know what? When we bought it in 2018, now it's just 3 years plus a bit. We are able to get about, I got an offer of 900 plus thousand. I only buy at 800, but I really got an offer of 900 plus. And I haven't even paid more than 55% of this property.
Right. Still progressive payment.
Yeah, so actually okay, right? So I got like 50%. It's literally 50% of my equity. If I really sell it today, it's about 50% of my equity over 3 years. So the rate of return is very high. It's,
money working very hard.
It's about more than 10% per year. And when I bought this, I projected only 3%.
I see.
To be honest. So it already done a lot more than what I was hoping for. Right. Same thing when I bought Martin Modern and also asked me this question. Say, hey, you sure or not? You think you can make money? And I say, hey, you know what? I can make 250,000. Very lucky, really. How I know can make like that? I know I buy 100. I buy one for what? Right. Nobody knows, right? But I think we buy with the intention not to gamble, but more of like as a fixed savings, and then at the same time, whether can we hedge against inflation and also make our money work a bit harder for us lah. Right, because we don't want to forever be the ones who make money for our client. Then we only see and then only can like, how come I help him make $1 million? Then I only earn this little commission. Why cannot be I be the one make the $1 million then? Right. So then you have to start somewhere. Right. And this is important. I'm saying this to you because I think in this coming year, the window of opportunity, right? Even before you all listened to Kelvin Fong yesterday, I already told you all in December, right? When I was doing the final year-end summit, I already told you the window of opportunity only got 6 months. Okay. And it's true because this is the only 6 months that you'll see that the prices either it stay stagnant for 6 months, okay, or there might be a slight dip, but the property price that drop one, okay, the property that willing to drop the price may not be the property that you and I want to buy or your client want to buy one. Okay, it's because it's so not popular. That's why you have to drop price, then people buy. You understand? The popular one, maybe the price maintain, or the price also inch up a little bit, but not as much as last year. That's all. Okay. But thereafter, once everyone, those people who procrastinate and keep thinking, right? They will suddenly just like COE. Okay. COE, if today COE 100,000, right? This weekend, nobody go car showroom one. Confirm. Okay. If let's say today you say announce 100,000 COE, this weekend nobody one is goes down. Next weekend you start to see 20% of the people go and see car already. Okay. The next weekend you see 50% going and see car already. You know why? Because they learn to accept. If I don't buy now, later the COE become 110,000. How? Right? First mover got advantage, because I go in that time, the car dealer also scared.
Yeah.
So maybe they do a bit of promotion, then suddenly got people come. When a lot of people come at time, then you start, then you have this again, the one who procrastinate will always have the greatest fear one. So when he start to see everybody also go one, if I still don't go, I end up maybe I have to pay 110,000, right? So they have this fear. Now, same for property, right? Now wait and see lor. Actually, they can buy one, but then they think too much. They say, later I buy today, then what if next week the developer throw one promotion? I got one client, now we try to deal with her. Want to buy Normanton Park. Then she say, last week she tell me, we wait for the developer. Chinese New Year gonna come in. Sure got Chinese New Year bonanza promotion. Okay. The last I heard, the promotion is increased 2% on 5th of February during the Chinese New Year period. So I tell her, I say, your promotion is increased price. She's stunned. Huh? I thought going to have discount. How come become increased price? Right. I thought the government come up cooling measure is to control price. Then now you down here, you still increase price. Why? If the project is still selling, you are the developer and you know that TOP is near, and you know that you got a long runway to sell out this project, will you be worried? I don't think you'll be worried. Right? And is 2% a lot? No, 2% very negligible, right? Not okay. So then that's where I see actually okay, why is 2% considered negligible? 2% negligible only because, like people like me buy Whistler, 1 year I make 10%. Why is 2%? Nothing, right? 2% interest give you I don't want never mind as long as I can make the 8-9% okay, happy, right? Better than my original projection for you at 3%. So but you must be very familiar, right? Then you will know, actually, now think of it, okay, what? Right? If I can make 10%, I give you the 2% increment, I give you lor. Okay, right? Everybody must make money, then everybody happy, what? Right? Okay. So this is where I think is important. Okay, now. So how do you manage this? At first, he was a seller, so he was trying to sell his HDB flat. Did he give you trouble when he was trying to sell his HDB flat? After the cooling measure, because you done the deal only after the cooling measure. So did he like, should I faster sell or not?
Okay.
Or what was his reaction the moment the cooling measure hit the newspaper only? I'm sure the next day he'll call you one. Confirm.
That night he called me.
Right?
Yeah, that night he called me. Actually, in fact, I think most of us will have experienced that. Those with a lot of clients who are very committed. I think I slept like, I can't remember, I think 3 a.m. That night. After the news was announced, I think like 11:30, right? So I got hotless calls, and then some of them say, never mind, so he said, I understand you are probably answering calls, but I can wait for you. I don't sleep so early. So I say 2 a.m. I text him, I say, are you still waiting? Yeah, I'm still waiting for a call. So these are sellers who are really in the process of transitioning. So, okay, the question actually came and then asked me, hey, what is the impact to me? So again, I think for most of us, we're still trying to digest what exactly, don't misrepresent or what. So I really took a little bit of time, say, please give me half an hour, I need to digest, right? And then let me try to tell you what is the impact, right? So in the game long enough, I mean, we've been through the July 2018 cycle. I told them that, don't worry, I mean, for your case, I don't think it's really going to affect a lot, right? A lot. It's the TDSR, the drop from 60 to 55 also won't kill you, right? So apparently he said, how about the buyers? Would they have any? I say, you don't worry, because I think right now demand and supply is very low. So as the seller, you still are in control, right? And let's just play this to our advantage. So they say, okay good. That's what I want to hear. Thanks. Okay, good night. And then that's it. Eventually, I think less than like 3-4 days, the offer came in already.
Question, was he more willing to accept offers after the cooling measure as compared to before?
Okay, he was definitely more motivated because there was some fear that he don't understand, right? I mean, okay, if let's say if I decide to be a bit naughty, I can just try to plant some fear. Hey, wow, you better sell and all that. But I didn't. I mean, of course, again, being most of them are refers and friends with, I will really tell them the picture, what I will think. So I'll say that okay, right now, since you already know that government is actively looking into it, because I actually kind of manage them ahead. I say that this Q4 has jumped by double digit. I think the cooling measure will come in. I just don't know when. It's either during the end December, which I think is unlikely, or maybe Q1. I didn't expect it to come in before the year. So they were kind of like prepared, right? And I think sometimes as agents, it's good that we need to have some graphs of, or we need to have our own opinion. Why? So sometimes, let's just say what I did was, sometime in Q3, I already told a lot of my buyers who are sitting on the fence. I said, you don't buy, I think government will make it a little bit difficult for you to enter, right? Because I have some kind of feeling like the post July 2018, I mean the pre-July 2018, there's some telltale sign. I don't know how to explain. The numbers start, the newspaper start to tell you that suggest that market is very heated. And then you start to see $1 million transaction, all that. And all these are suggesting government is watching very closely. So the moment when I told them, I said, 要卖赶快卖, 要买赶快买, right? It's always good to buy early. And finally, when the news came out, right, I think I actually got a little bit of more trust. I want some trust because
you fortune teller ma.
Yeah, in a way yeah.
So actually, in short, all those of you, right, who have been using our KTD dynamics to go and speak to your clients, right, I'm very sure you have no problem, right? You will have it easy. You know why? Because your client, right, number one, like what can he say? They will have the trust in you because you foretold time. Second is that they also know that if let's say in this scenario, I better just exit. I don't need to go and haggle and then die want my price. Even slightly lesser, they also will take and go on. Right? This is what is happening. But if let's say you are in a situation, I never use KT dynamics. Is it too late to talk to them or not? Don't need to worry. I'm preparing the training material now. Okay. So very soon, right, you'll be hearing from me talking about this the market dynamics. Okay. So I'll be sharing with you all more in this revised version of KD dynamics. And of course, I know I owe all of you our kickoff. The reason why I have not yet set the date is because I wanted to make sure that I have got every information that I require before I come back to you, and I want to speak to all my managers and my leaders first. Okay, so we already done our KTD leaders meeting. On the 18th, we are doing our team managers meeting. Once everyone is aligned, then immediately we can roll out, and then that's the time that I will kind of address the whole team as to what's our team's direction for this year, and then what's our targets, and then how are we going, where should we be prospecting, and what are the things that we should be focusing on this year, so that you all will actually have a good year ahead of us all together. Okay. Now back to this. What about Calvin? So after this cooling measure, got sell or buy any residential property?
No, in fact, after this measurement comes out, right, actually benefit a bit for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because actually I have buyers also like you all say, is they're shopping around, waiting for the Chinese New Year promotion. Okay, but with this, because this one will be, if buying the new development, it will be his second property.
Okay.
Okay, so in fact, now last time, no matter how I advise him to sell his HDB, he don't want. He said that will be my retirement fund. That will be my retirement fund.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
Very familiar.
I said, why retirement fund? Then he said, oh, you see, every month I have this rental coming in. It will be, wow, I have this, I don't have this. Yeah, good rental. I say, imagine how much you are paying for the additional stamp duty. Yes. And he is 50 something already. Then after that, he said, wow, with this, the one I want to buy, wow, 100,000+. I say, okay, your HDB now, because I help him to rent it. Your HDB now is renting at 1,006. How long to earn back this 100,000 stamp duty to pay off? 10 years, around 10 years plus. Sorry, you still alive? That's my question, not to offend him, just a joke. Okay, he said, yeah. Then now I had the opportunity to sell his flat.
Okay.
So
okay, good.
Like
good.
last time, our education is if it's buyer's market, how to make use. If it's seller market, how to make use. So that means no matter whatever come, there will be always advantage. See how you make use of this. Yeah. So this actually, in fact, he don't want to sell his HDB one. But this now motivate him to sell. So you have one more,
Opportunity.
yeah, one more
Right.
opportunity.
This is exactly what Kelvin is trying to tell you. Okay, Kelvin Fong said there's a lot of opportunities. This is exactly really life. I show you a real life example of what an opportunity is.
Mm.
Yeah, good. Okay, so looking forward to that. I hope you quickly sell the HDB flat.
Yeah.
By the way, HDB transactions are still very healthy. Okay. I don't think there is a drop in terms of viewings for HDB flats. Maybe there could be a portion of the people because most of us, right, we never max up our loan one. So the TDSR of the changes of that 60% to 55% equates to mean that as a difference of 10% in terms of loan size. Okay, it's about 10% of the loan size now. But if you never max out the loan, then you're not affected. So that's why most of us are prudent one. But of course, there are some 10% of the buyers who really borrow until the last cent also borrow, but not everyone the same. Okay, so there's because of this little leeway, I don't think the market for HDB is so badly affected. As per what we initially, on the first day of this cooling measure, we thought that it would be detrimental because it will affect the people who are lower income. But it's not true because the lower income are even more prudent. They are even more scared because they cannot afford to play a full one. If let's say they make a very big mistake, it could really cost them their life. Right? Okay, good. So there are so many of us who are in KTD every day. Kelvin Tong always say, you better go and work towards your platinum dream. You better achieve your platinum for the first time or the second time, the third time, and then like for Kenny, you better go and hit your titanium. So can you share with KTD, right? What are some tips that you can give them, right? As to those to inspire them to achieve their first platinum.
Okay, maybe okay, for me is don't think impossible.
Okay.
Because opportunity comes just like I never imagined my client will buy Canning Hill Pier. Yeah. So when opportunity comes then I mean, if you have negative thinking for example, that time they are looking for freehold after selling their 99 years left. So Canning Hill Pier to me is like they won't buy one because it's 99 years also and much more expensive.
much more
because
expensive.
they are saying in Caribbean. So it's like no they go and see for fun, but never thought they bought the place. So to me it's never think never and then
but do you when you went there at time, right, do you go with the mindset that you want to go there and close them, or do you also have the same mindset? I go down there they'll see for fun one never mind also accompany them go and see for fun.
It's because I think it's my duty to show anything that is in the market that's interesting. Yeah, so that's why I suggest Canning Hill Pier.
Okay.
Yeah.
No rejection?
No rejection.
Oh, they say okay, go and see
99 years just go and see just like the one that I bought Iberia in fact initially they told me I only want to see 1,000+ square feet.
I remember because you came to me.
Yes, I came to you, right? Yeah, they said 1,000, 99 years or freehold, I don't mind. I said, oh, okay. Then in fact, we even did offer Waterford. Waterford rejected. Then he was very angry. Then that's whereby I think got chance. I suggest you go and see this new development. No rejection one. No rejection one. Yeah, no rejection one. He said, how big? 900+. So small, I don't want. No, you go and see first. All the rooms can fit queen size to king size bed. He said, sure or not? He went down. And after looking, he loved it and bought it. Yeah. And it's only 900+ square feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't worry so much.
Yeah.
Right? Bring them there first. Think of how to go and convince them to go and see first. See, no need to pay money one right? Like then you buy don't like never mind. Which I think this is I don't know whether y'all have ever heard Sunita. Sunita also had the same thing as what he said. Because Sunita closed a Leiden residence new launch. But prior to closing that new launch, right? Actually, the buyer also made offer to a resale. Then got rejected also. Then also got very upset. Then after that, she made a suggestion. I think why don't you just go and buy those ready to move in, then also new launch, then you buy directly from the developer, then the price is fixed one ma, then no need to scared later they change price or shift goalpost or if not then they reject my offer, that kind of thing, because it's either the developer's price or nothing ma, right? So then it's more assuring, but you go there, at least you see already whether is this what you see as value or not.
And in fact, one more good advantage now lah, because resale now, some are above valuation. Above valuation. So this is what I'm facing also lah. So when buyer go and see, because they calculate their cash, this one above, I need to pay 80 to 100K above valuation. If I buy new one, no valuation.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Correct.
and moreover, I still need to pay renovation if I bought this.
Exactly.
So this is trigger them to definitely go for new development.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I think now, and new development now are paying good. I think so everyone should go and try.
I think you really learn a lot of things in the last few months.
Yeah, thanks
from
to you.
April
I
until
think,
until now, you really, I think we have to give it to him. He really has learned what Kenny has probably done in the last 3 years, all in one capsule. He swallow it. He really go and internalize all the things that he has been shared with, whether is it through company level, through division level, or through even KTD itself. I think this is something that we have exposure to all these things, but the one who succeed is the one who internalize, the one who use it. The one who doesn't use it, it will forever be a white elephant. Yeah, good. I think that's amazing. So what about Kenny?
Okay.
Come share some golden tips, because we all also want to be consistent like you. Got 7 platinum, 1 super platinum.
I want to be like you, boss.
Huh?
4-time millionaire. 那一小的 achievement. Yeah. Okay, but I think if I can suggest something lah, honestly, I feel that success can be replicated. I really truly believe this part, because really from where I came from, right, really my first 1 year when I turned full time, I am not afraid to share. I think I was barely only making like 30,000 a year, and I struggled so hard with very little coaching, because I realized something. There wasn't a mirror that we can reflect upon. Okay, what I mean a mirror? So like for instance, KTD, okay, you are my mirror because I look to you as a mentor. There's a lot of things that I want to be like you, right? You have done certain things that I couldn't, or I have not mastered. So I think that this itself is a very good yardstick or motivation for me to work on. And the other thing is that today, actually, honestly, compared to when I first joined the trade, I mean like 8 years ago, right? Being a platinum is not really very difficult now. I mean, okay, for those who are thinking that it's very far apart, I really, really like to assure you, right, it is really not difficult. In fact, I think it's much easier compared to 8 years ago when the comp for new launch is 1%, maybe lesser, 0.8, right? Okay, and it's not difficult to sell the new launch, because the thing is that there are so many training. I mean, like for instance, the KTD Jumpstart Kit, a lot of slides are there already, but I think you really have to take the step to go and first convince yourself, or convince your wife, convince your spouse, convince your brother, whatever. If you cannot even convince them, you are not polished enough. Okay, it's about rehearsal. It's about rehearsal. It's about knowing your things first, putting your conviction. You yourself, you cannot falter. If you talk, then you can't like that. Calculation also will die. Cannot lah. Of course, I don't expect, even if let's say I'm your client, I won't buy from you because I feel that I'm putting my life savings there, right? But if you are very polished, okay, let's just say that you haven't even really closed your first big deal, but your mindset, your movement, your action, you're so seasoned that people just feel, wow, he must have done that. He must already close already, right? Then I think the kind of conviction, your energy really will affect and convince your client, your buyer lah, so-called or that I should stick with you. Yeah. So I always tell even my own associate, I say, don't need to tell people you are new. No need one. You are new, but you can be very good, right? Because you can be a multi-time, like a few of my associates, they are multi-property owners themselves, right? But it's just that when you ask them to share, they find it very hard to switch the head from an employee.
Because they haven't like really structured the way. They haven't structured their thoughts. It's not that they don't have things to share, but because it's all over the place.
All over the place.
So they need to go and like the best way to do this is to go and speak to people lor.
Yes.
Then after a while, you will come with your own style,
Right.
and
Correct.
once you have your own flow and you structure your information properly,
Mm,
then it will form a story.
correct.
And when that story is ready, and then imagine you every day you say the same story over and
Mm.
over and over again. It become a song, ma.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you no need to go and remember
Like
one.
nursery rhyme,
It's
yeah.
inside your head one.
Ah.
The flow is da like that.
Mm, Yeah.
So once you got that flow settled already, especially when you close with that flow, then you know confirm is this flow.
right.
I'll just keep using this flow. Then improvise, keep changing and improving, changing, improving. It's a every day I'm doing testing. I also don't know what works. I just test all, try that. No lah, last time that one better. Okay lah, then don't do that anymore.
Fine tune.
Yeah, then try this one. This one better leh. I think okay lah. From now onwards, we do that. I can tell you, even rental also I try to improve, Yeah, I try to be more systematic and all that, so that I know first is to create efficiency. Second is also to win you all know right now I even direct tenant, never rent my unit also I swing, no. Tenant, I have to go and bring and see all the different unit I also serve like me, millionaire also serve, you how to don't serve. So imagine I'm trying to make it such a way, right? Actually this month alone, we are trying this out to see whether can we try to become more efficient so that we can close more rental units. So even though it's rentals, but if I do multiple rentals, it can also be a lot of money, Yeah. So then how we do it? We try to give them like a template and I tell them, say, okay, now you are at which stage? Yeah, at this stage you put a tick. You put at this stage so that they also know the process. Then they don't have to ask you 1,001 questions, and they can make decision very fast because they already know the process. Most of these are first time tenants, so they are very blurred. They also don't know. Now must give how many month deposit. Don't know what. Never mind. I send you this message. Inside there got tell you what goes first, and then what all the way until handover one. Then you know the process. Then you won't be worried. Don't know what am I going into. Then also build the confidence. They also trust, and then I also tell them, hey, these are all the units that are available. I arrange one shot now. Then you can't see really. After that, you can make decision really because there's nothing else to choose. You only can choose down here Then you want view, then you take the view one. You want value for money, then you go for the cheapest unit. That's it. End of story. Then very fast. We convert. Right. So then this is how we need to function from now onwards, because efficiency is the king. In order to be able to build the energy in you, right? You got to keep yourself very, very busy in 2022. That's what I can tell you.
Yes.
Right. The moment you realize that you don't have leads to work on, don't have any listing, don't have any buyers, don't have any tenants, you are dead really. You better go and spend money really. Because if you don't have, then you better go and use the choke. Right, borrow people listing so that you can get what buyer, can get tenant, whatever you can also serve. Right. So in this industry, there is no poor agent. There's only lazy or lazy to think agent, because you decided that you want to stay put at where you are years ago. But Calvin decided not to. He doesn't want to be obsolete. He wants to be the current agent. So he quickly tried to turn this whole thing around to make it work. And that is where he's successful. And I'm very sure this is, Ismail said this to me the first time round when I got my millionaire in 2018. He said, Calvin, this was on stage, when you all are all downstairs at the convention, and I'm on stage with him. Then he said, Calvin, congratulations. From now on, every year you'll be millionaire. Then I look at him like, walao, I do this millionaire. I work so many years. Every year I hit a million. I never hit. Finally, I hit one time. Now he can tell me, say that once you hit one time, every year also will. Wow, stress, That's why I come out with the poster for you, right? I say what? Don't focus on what? All the noises and the audience and the crowd cheering. Right? Focus on your own race. Don't go and look left, look right, go and compare with this horse, that horse. No use one. You want to win the race, just win your own race can really. Look forward and don't look left and right. Stay focused.
Yes.
That's all. And once you hit the first millionaire, and if you continue to what, try to improve on your system and try harder and all that, you will definitely be able to increase your sales. The competition is not with the whole team. The competition is not within the company. The competition is with yourself. As long as you do better than your best year, you have done well for that year. Okay, so mark my words, because this is something that somebody who told me this, who's a veteran in the business. Okay, it's none other than Michael Tan from Pronex. Okay, he's literally a giant, and he's also a giant in our industry. He's been very, very consistent. I don't know how many millions of dollars he has made from this industry for the last 20 over years. I think 25, 30 years. And he told me this. He said, Calvin, and this was really, I was so lucky to meet him on my second deal, you know. So the second deal that I closed, I actually co-broke with him. And that time I'm really a rookie lah. It's my second deal lah. And he came to me and said, Calvin, don't worry, man. Just focus on the right thing. I said, focus on what? Say, don't go and compare with other people's results. Just compare with your best year. If you are able to do better than your best year, you have done well, and you should reward yourself. That's it. Right? Okay. So today's session, I think I also learned a little bit from Calvin and Kenny. I hope you guys have as well. And I'm open to getting some questions from the ground. So I'm just going to look at the list over here to see whether is there any questions that you guys have. Okay, you want to type in to the chat if you have any questions for the two of them. Anyone? Don't shy, no. You can type inside the chat box, and then we will try to help you to answer the question. Or you all think that they have done very well. If you have, type a 1. Oh, okay, at least it's working. I was just trying to test to make sure that the chat works actually. Yeah. Okay, so anyone want to ask them any questions or any burning desire questions that you want to ask them, then they haven't shared with you wholeheartedly one? Don't feel paiseh, can actually ask them. No one has any questions. So I can let them off. I can let them go, and then we can end the session. If that's so, then you type 2.
Maybe can I
Okay, wait. Now 重点. Now he suddenly want to share with you even bigger secret.
Okay, actually, so I got some calls from some teammates, team members from KTD.
Okay.
Some of them are my good friends, some kaki, poker, whatever. Okay, so honestly, I'm also experiencing some up and downs, of course, naturally. I realized that actually, for those who really burning desire to be a platinum, right? Okay, try not to concentrate so much about getting the platinum, because it will make you very stressed. Okay, I think to me, platinum, titanium, whatever, is a product of once you have succeeded in certain thing. Because when you succeeded the whole circle, you definitely more or less will be very close, or you will definitely claim something. But I think as and when, even for my own team, I always try to ask them, like, okay, on a monthly basis, just now, I think I learned a lot from this morning from what you have shared with me. Always try to check where you are lacking. Okay, so I think ultimately you are still in a sales cycle. Okay, prospecting is the bloodline of sales cycle. I think it's always the case.
Yes.
Now, I am not afraid to admit that I think I'm lacking in prospecting. Okay, I know where I'm strong in. I know where I'm lacking. So I don't think that any agent should be really no at home. There's so many things to do. Really, there's so many things. Okay, what I can think of, I really got no time to do. Example, late last year during the Christmas, I took this chance. I called up some of my closer clients. Okay, I called up to again thank them for their service, their referral, take it as an opportunity to meet them. All right. And I actually asked them something. I give them a thank you card. Then of course I asked them, I say, hey, a bit embarrassing, right? But I really want to improve myself. Can you tell me, and I learned this from the bootcamp, You know the one that the last. the last one.
You cannot say.
I know,
cannot
I
say.
know, yeah. I
Boot
know.
camp is coming back this year.
Okay. Yeah,
Ah.
that helped me so much. It was a blind spot. So I actually asked them, I say, I hope you can be very upfront, candid with me. Where do you think I've done well? Where can you give me 3 pointers that I've not done so well, but you scared, you take right or not? But now I really open up. I want to learn, I want to improve. What was the blind spot that I can improve upon? Right? And then they like, bola, don't have lah. It's like that naturally. Then I know that they are not comfortable. I try to prompt them. I say, oh, is it my punctuality, or you think that I'm very late in replying to you? Then they say, yeah, I think the response can be a bit faster, And then I know, okay, then I try to ask them, so what is your expectation and all that? Then the more I ask them, the more they open up. Then I realize that, wow, actually 有一些东西要进步 Yeah, I mean, but they appreciate. They say, hey, actually it's good that you're doing this. I think I should do that for my own boss also. I'm working for a tech company. So I say, yeah, it's because I want to know what are my weakness, or I want to learn. So when they see that you are very sincere to learn, to improve upon, right, they guide some more people to you.
Yes.
Okay, so that is one thing. If I have time this year and I really got touch you, I hope I got you, but let's say I don't have, right? One thing I would like to do, right, as a thanks giving way of rewarding the clientele, right? That's one thing. Then second thing, I know that I need to work on my prospecting. I will learn from boss. I mean, I know that this is one thing I need to improve upon. Closing negotiation, I have a bit more experience. Okay, I mean, thanks to your training, I think that's something that I feel okay, I can, but I will try to zoom down into things that really is pulling me back, right? And I think once we complete the circle, at least give yourself 8 upon 10 for every prospecting, marketing, negotiation, final closing, right? More or less, I think should be there. Yeah. I think this is what I want to just share with the team.
Good. Very nice. Polishing and go through in dynamic training guide for rookies is the advice for myself in getting client trust. Okay, good. Okay, so anyone else got any questions? If not, I'm really going to let them off, Huh? If you all have no other questions, you type 2. Okay, why nobody type 2? So it means you got question or no question? Okay, all right, so I will see you guys soon. I'll see you guys soon in our upcoming kickoff, okay, KTD kickoff, where I will be sharing with you all the market dynamics as well as the team's direction. All right, so see you all very soon. I will be sending you all the information. Thank you. Bye.